Atlas Game found its identity when they first released this game, or should I say ever since they released Digital Devil Story back in NES. I have been incredibly mesmerized by the art of Shin Megami Tensei when I first saw the cover of Shin Megami Tensei 2. I could feel it. I could feel the game was calling for me since then, and that's how it gets me to play my very first SMT game, Persona 1, and then Persona 5, and finally SMT 1. I have actually played the game once a year ago before I made this channel, and now I want to play SMT2 and make a video about it. But there is no SMT1 video yet on this channel, and I also want to refresh my memory, so I figure since I am going to replay the game again, I wanted to play a different way. And for my second playthrough, I decided to try a speedrunning method and beat SMT1 while I explain the entire process from beginning to end throughout this video. Shin Megami Tensei 1 was released on SNES in 1992 and later got ported to many other platforms. Like any other RPGs on SNES at that time, you are left with your own imagination for most parts rather than being shown in graphics like modern games. Graphics never concerns me, and I am tolerant to many games with an okay graphic or even bad graphic. That is, of course, if only they have a great gameplay. And that is one thing Atlas games are always good at, and we can also see it in this game too. Especially for dungeon RPGs, where exploration mostly takes place with you in 3D first-person perspective, crawling through similar hallways the entire time until the game ends, while only giving you a short break in between when you have to travel on 2D map. And boy, does this game has an insanely high encounter rate, just like how people have said. If you are not using Estoma spell, you will feel like you are literally fighting every single step you take. I find the hardcore aspect of the game in the punishing encounter rate and headache-inducing long hallways of dungeon design that are very player and friendly. The entire game is filled with random encounters, even when you are in the cities or in the overall map. You are never safe from anything, and you can never let your guard down throughout the game. The story is easy to understand on a surface level and is great for casual player like me. The music is good, and that's about all I can say. I never really have any adjective to add to it whenever I'm trying to explain how music feels like other than good and bad. And that will be the same for my future videos as well. Gameplay is simple and Devil Fusion is addicting as ever, just like other Megami Tensei games. Devil negotiation still lacks in variety, so you will get a hang of it after like hundreds of random encounters. Atmosphere is 10 out of 10 in this game, and that's how every first-person dungeon RPG should be in my opinion. Overall, this game does everything it needs to, and it is solid in every category. But like I said before, user-friendliness is not really there unless you use a guide, as there will be many instances of SNES RPGs being SNES RPGs kind of scenarios, like vague explanation of locations. It is very hard to immerse in world building and empathize with characters in SNES RPGs because of its hardware limitations at that time. So I am glad SMT1 chose to be more about gameplay rather than story. That's my overall take on SMT1. So now let's get to talking about my actual playthrough of this game. The game follows an unnamed protagonist who I named after myself as 9. It's going to be weird for me to keep calling my own name the entire video, but here we go. Right after you put the name, the game will tell you to allocate points into stats. To speedrun the game, you will mostly be avoiding combats, so put all the points into speed stat for the protagonist. Then you meet another character who is tied to the cross, and this is Law Hero, so I name him Law, and put points into magic and speed stats. And then you meet another one who is being bullied by the devil. This is Chaos Hero, who I named Chaos, and put all the points into magic. I love simplifying things, as you can see. As you keep walking in this dreamlike place, you will enter a place where you see a butt-naked woman, and this is Yuriko, who claims to be your partner. Shortly after that, you will wake up inside your empty room that only have a PC and a chair. Not gonna lie, that just looks like my ideal bedroom. Who needs bed when you can have a PC and a chair to sleep on? Your mom is calling you, so go downstairs to greet her and she will give you some pocket money for the month and ask you to go buy her some coffee at the arcade. You live in Ichijoji together with your mom and pet dog basket. And don't forget to greet your pet dog basket before leaving the house. You don't really have to buy your mom a coffee, so skip that and head to the back of the cafe. There you will meet a man who is holding a knife who will then explode from inside out by the devil. It will fly towards you and inflict damage on you, but disappear shortly after. You are obtain a knife, so sell it later at the shop. Go back to your house after that and don't tell her that you brought a knife instead of her coffee. So before she remembers it, head straight to your bedroom and call it a day after being awake for an hour. You are inside the dream again, and this time together with Law and Chaos. Then you will find a girl being sacrificed to summon a devil, which you can save by giving her a name. I name her Yumiko, referencing the heroine's name from Digital Devil story novel. Being saved by us, Yumiko thanks us and tells us that they will meet again soon in the future. You will then wake up smiling and feeling emotional because you met a random girl inside a dream. Head downstairs and your mom will tease you that you were screaming for a girl named Yumiko who lived in the house beside ours. You felt embarrassed by it, and so you head out from the house to check if the Yumiko that you met from the dream actually lived in the neighborhood. And it turns out there actually are two Yumikos, and this one right here is your childhood friend apparently. She also seems to be dating some guy who is not you, which is a bit disappointing, and also she doesn't want to reveal who her boyfriend is for some reason. So better go for a walk in the park to breathe in some fresh air to release some depression you got from being rejected by your childhood friend. There you will find a strange old man sitting down in the middle of the road and will send you to some dream simulation kind of place in order to test your strength. The event will auto-navigate you the entire way until you reach the room where you find a dude doing some kind of ritual to summon devil, who will then turn into a devil and attacks you. It is a scripted fight, so you will lose and return back to the real world. The old man will say you are still weak and disappear. After that, head inside Inogashira Park and buy 3 Hama arrows from Kaifuku room. Hama arrows inflict universal damage similar to Megiddo's spell. Head back to your house after that and you will get arrested by police for some reason. You wake up inside the prison of salt and will meet with Law in the real world. He explained he was on a date with his girlfriend, but also got arrested by police like us, and now he wants to get out of this place fast and search for her. So we both team up together as we knock the doctor that came to pick us up for their next experiment. You can also find Steven, who by the way was the one that created the devil summoning program that allows us to fight and recruit devils so that we can survive in this upcoming inevitable devil uprising. All because he screwed up his research and opens up a portal to the underworld. He will then tells you to find the doctor inside this hospital and activate the switch in order to escape from this place. When you find the doctor, he will change into Orius and attacks you. You are mainly avoiding every fight you can on the way to here, so you are not supposed to fight the boss head on. Instead, use Hama arrows you bought from before. One Hama arrow is enough to bring Orius down, and with the boss defeated, the switch is now activated and you can escape from the hospital. Next, head to the arcade and you will find Chaos, who is being bullied by a delinquent group led by Ozawa. Ozawa sees us and decides to spare Chaos and leaves. Chaos curses at his own free body for not having the strength to stand up against injustice. He will then decide to join you as he thinks he won't be able to survive in this devil-infested war alone. You decide to head back to your house as you are worried about your mother after all the events you had to go through. Then you enter the room and sees your mom. She keeps asking you to come near her, to which Law and Chaos notice something is wrong with your mom and she smells weird. And they were right. Amano Sakugami has devoured your mom and it is about to do the same to you as well. Use one Hama arrow on this one too and Amano Sakugami will fall. For the stat distribution, focus on putting points into speed for your protagonist and magic for both Law and Chaos. Law and Chaos were trying to cheer you up, but what has been done, and nothing can be changed anymore. Your mom is dead, and she will never return back. Peaceful days are over, so leave your house along with your dog basket. After buying 6 Hama arrows at Inogashira Park, you are ready to head to Ego Building, which you need an ID card from Amano Sakugami to enter. Once you are inside Ego Building, use elevator to go to the 5th floor directly and enter the room. You see the guy from the dream. He will ask you to take the fight outside because he doesn't want his ritual to be messed up. He then changes into Chojin Doorman and the fight begins. You will need 3 Hama arrows to defeat Doorman. But if you are unlucky, your whole party will get binded by Shiba Fu from Doorman and it will be a game over. After you defeat Doorman, enter the room and use the terminal to teleport to Research Lab. Whether you use Devil Fusion or Basket to Cerberus or not, it will get teleported to somewhere by the terminal. You will have to fight 2 orcs inside Research Lab and defeat them by using Zen. If you find Goblin here, recruit it. It has attack and magic buff that are really good. Head to Shinjuku after this and go to the bar and answer the bartender's question, and you will get an item which will get you past the guard in the basement in order to reach the room where the leader of resistance group is. If you find Jack Lantern here, recruit it. It has a strong fire attack Agirao and that will come in handy later. The leader turns out to be Yumiko from your dream, and she explains how they are trying to save Tokyo from destruction from Doorman and Goto. Then she gets abducted by Yuriko and you will have to go and save her. Yumiko's followers tell you to recruit at the bar, and once you are there, they will tell you to go to the government building before Yuriko execute their leader in public. This event will have you fight a number of fights consecutively. First is Zombie Corp. Use AoE fire attack Maharagi to one-shot everyone. Next is Zombie Army. Also use Maharagi to one-shot. Then Zombie Army paired with Remyrus will appear. Use Maharagi on Remyrus and Hama Arrow on Zombie Army. And finally, Remyrus and Gu will appear. Again, use Maharagi on Remyrus and Hama Arrow on Gu. After the fight, Yuriko will admit her defeat and left. Yumiko will thank you for saving her and ask you to regroup back at the bar. You will be level 12 by now, and so you can recruit Kamijin and Doriet. They are necessary for Devil Fusion later. On your way back to Shinjuku, to earn some more levels, head north from the government building, and in this place, you will find Ozawa, who is now working at the Goto, and he will send out Beikoku before he escapes. Defeated with strong fire attack Agirao. At level 12, Chaos will land Asoma, a spell that erases random encounters that are lower levels than your protagonist. The rate of which you land magic spell is dependent on your wisdom stat and level. Remember to use Asoma every time you are inside 3D dungeon or 2D overall map, no matter how far or near the destination is. Once you are back at the bar, Yumiko will share the information she has gathered with you. Another Yumiko, who is Lord's girlfriend and our childhood friend, was forcibly abducted by Goto's follower in Ichigaya. Plus, she also managed to pinpoint Ozawa's location. From now on, Law and Chaos will left the party to do their own things, and you will be left to travel with Yumiko together from this point onward. You can now go to either Ichigaya first to meet Goto or Yoshia to meet with Doorman. I chose Ichigaya, and before we left, buy 9 charms and 5 holy water from Masaya. Charm can inflict charm status and holy water can inflict Hama damage. Hama and Mudo spells has an effect that can insta-kill devils if they are weak to either one of them. Too bad you can no longer use Asoma with Chaos now gone, so you are back to escaping fights again. Use the fake ID card to get past the guards and enter the building. Recruit Azumi here because it has electric attack Zio that can shock devils, which renders them unmovable for 1 turn. Use elevator to 3rd floor and head straight to the room to meet with Goto. He says he is sorry for what happened to another Yumiko and will proceed to tell you negative things about Doorman, who represent Law alignment side, as Goto represent Chaos alignment side. You will find out later that another Yumiko is dead and you can help her ghost by exorcising her so that she can move on to the next life. But now we have work to do as we accepted Goto's request to defeat Doorman. For that, we will need to go to Yoshia. In Yoshia, you will find Kashi, who has very low encounter rate, but you need to recruit it so that you can use its Tora S2 spell that can teleport you to the entrance of the place you last visited. Summon Azumi, Goblin and Jack Lantern before the fight with Dorman. Use Charm on this boss, and after that, use attack buff Tarugaja one time and go auto. It appears being able to inflate charm status to bosses is only possible in SNES version. For stat distribution, start putting points to Wisdom and Vitality for 9 and Wisdom and Magic for Yumiko. Though defeated, Dorman managed to launch a missile towards Tokyo anyways, and the timer is set to 30 seconds. Grab Emerald on the second floor in the meantime and wait for the missile to hit Tokyo. The screen will turn white shortly after, but turns out you were saved by Yumiko's teleport spell, which sent you directly towards Kongo Shinkai 30 years into the future. There is another Megami Tensei spin-off game called Giten Megami Tensei that tells the entire events that happened during this 30-year time interval while the protagonist spent his time in Kongo Shinkai. I have made the entire video on it, so please check it out if you are interested. They are connected in some way and will mention certain events that happen in this game too. So although Giten Megami Tensei is advertised as a spin-off, I think the game feels canon and fits really well into the mainline series. You meet with Anno Zuno, who will tell you to take a trial if you want to return back to the living world. Even though he warns you the living world might even be harsher than here in Kongo Shinkai, you agree to take the trial. But first you need to go and get Law and Chaos, who are also sent to Kongo Shinkai along with you before the missile hit Tokyo. The encounter rate here goes off the roof, so quickly find Chaos first to use Estoma. You will also find all of your devils along the way, so be sure to retrieve them back. After 3 of you are back together, Anno Zuno will tell you to go to the spring and get Soma for him because he is thirsty. But after you have gotten some Soma for him, he will tell you to go get Soma for him again because he is still thirsty. Once you are back for a second time, he will tell you he is alright now and give the extra Soma back to you. Then Anno Zuno will text you to go defeat 2 kaijins that live in Kongo Shinkai without Law and Chaos. So you shouldn't have any problem doing this part with Estoma stay active from before, but in my case, I saved the game and resumed playing it the next day, only to find out restarting the game will erase the Estoma effect you have used before. So now without Chaos on my party, there is no one to use Estoma again, so I had to crawl through this entire place filled with devils alone. It was a huge mistake on my part, but I managed to force through it somehow and reach Blue Kaijin. It will give you an idea instead of attacking you because you are leaning towards the law alignment. Now head to different directions to meet with Red Kaijin, who instead will attack you. To defeat Red Kaijin, you will need Azumi to use Zero every turn to stack those shock status on Red Kaijin, while Goblin keeps using magic buff Makagaja to buff Jack Lantern's Agirao. You will get another item from Red Kaijins after defeating it, and now head back to the Anno Zuno. 3 of you will be back together again, and Anno Zuno will allow you to head back to the living world finally. But when you try to leave this place, Zenki and Goki will attack you. Use Charm on Zenki to focus all the attacks on Goki, and after that defeat Zenki. You shouldn't have any problem with doing damage with your full party now present. Zenki and Goki will give you EXP based on the difference in level, so you will gain a ton of EXP just from this fight alone, shooting your level all the way to level 31. Anno Zuno will appear again and says the trial has officially ended for real this time. Once you are back in the living world, summon Kashi before your money becomes useless in this new world after the distraction, as Maka becomes the main currency. You will also hear Yumiko's voice echoing in your head, asking for your help whenever it is full moon phase. It seems Yumiko is alive somehow. Head to Shinjuku and go to Rex shop to exchange the emerald for Koshi, which can mitigate any floor damage until the next new moon phase. Next, go to Junk shop to buy Hiranya, which is important, so buy it while you are in Shinjuku. After that, go to Disco and speak with NPC there to gather information about Ozawa, who seems to be controlling Shinjuku now. But going inside Disco now costs you Maka, so you will have to sell some of your items to get some change. When you get to Ozawa's office, he will send out Takemi Nakata, who will wipe your entire team because it is yet again another scripted fight. After that, head to Jakyo so that you can fulfill Chaos' wish to become stronger by fusing him with one of your devil. One of your Chaos devil will be automatically selected by him and change him into a Devilman. This will raise his level by 10 and all his stats by 5. Head back to Ozawa for a rematch and defeat Takemi Nagata by blasting off with magic spells after you have used charm on it. For this playthrough, I will be choosing the Law Alignment route because that is the shortest of 3 available routes in this game, Law, Neutral and Chaos. So choose to spare Ozawa or else you will lean towards Chaos Alignment by a huge margin. But nonetheless, Chaos will kill Ozawa by himself and left the party for good as he now thinks he is strong enough to survive in this war on his own. Your next destination will be in Shibuya, which is all the way to the south of Shinjuku. Buy 3 Hama arrows and 4 Tamagaeris, which can inflict AoE Hama damage to Devil. Then head to Jakyo to fuse a Devil that can use Estoma since Chaos is no longer in your party. Fuse Jack Lantern, Azumi and Doria to get Kushinada Hime who can use Estoma. Now that you have Estoma again, you can relax and finish the rest of the game without needing to worry about random encounters anymore. Then go to 2nd floor past the Dark Zone, grab Garnet from treasure chest and meet with the reincarnation of Yumiko. Her mind is controlled by devils living inside her and we need Psycho Diver from Shinjuku who is imprisoned by Ozawa. While you are going to save Psycho Diver, you will come across Wendigo. Use Holy Water and continue. Hearing you have defeated Ozawa, he will rejoice and offer you to help you with Yumiko's situation. So go back to Shibuya again and now you can enter into Yumiko's mind. Yumiko's mind is a huge maze where you will have to use warps in order to get to the boss, Agani. The strat is to use Maga Kaja and blast the boss with Lost Magic spell when you use charm on the boss. After you defeated the boss, Yumiko has been saved and she will join your party once again. She will be the same level as your protagonist, but her stat points will be distributed all over the place. Next destination is Roppongi, which is east from Shibuya. There is a barrier around Roppongi, so use the Enter Pass to get there. Once in Roppongi, you can find Bodhikonian, who is actually your childhood friend Yumiko, and it is here you can use Hangon Incense to exorcise her. This is a side event you can do to gain affinity points to a Law Alignment. Otherwise, go meet with Aris on the 1st floor, and she will invite you to come and meet with her red and black Hakushaku. Before that, go to the basement and use Koshi to mitigate floor damage in order to get Wakimija. Then go upstairs to meet with Red Hakushaku. There, Alice will whine about wanting to get Hiranya, which you have bought from Shinjuku. So after you give her that, she will tell you to dine for her, which you refuse of course, and Red Hakushaku will change into Belia, who will then get sucked into Wakimija instantly. Now with Red Hakushaku gone, Alice will also disappear as well. Then Yuriko will appear and ask you to hand over the jar. If you were to refuse, she will bind your entire party and will take the jar away, so hand it over to her nicely and she will leave. When you are about to leave as well, Black Hakushaku will appear and she will try to take your life with his big hands, which jump scared the heck out of me when I first played the game. But Law will instead cover you in exchange for this life, leaving your party permanently. To take revenge for Law, head back to basement to fight Black Hakushaku, who is actually Nebilos. This is pretty straightforward as well. Use charm and keep attacking while buffing your attack every turn. After the fight, Law's ghost will appear to say farewell to you and will be taken by some dude in a cloak to their god. Now with both Hakushaku defeated, Barrier will be destroyed and you can now go to Ginza. While you are going to Ginza along the way, Law's ghost will appear once again and ask you to stop the Robocops in the police department. You can get an item which can increase your devil stock when given to Steven, but other than that, there is nothing you can gain from this side event, so ignore what Law says for now. You need to save in Ginza so that you can use Tora Bot, which can teleport you back to the last save point you made. Don't go and save in other location or else you will have to come all the way back here to Ginza later, which is what happened to me by the way. After that, go to Ikebukuro and you will meet with Chaos, warning you not to go to Ikebukuro. When you left Roppongi Enter Pass, immediately go inside again and use Tora Esto to teleport back to the entrance. Doing this will let you go to Ikebukuro without triggering the prison escape effect. Normally, if you let Roppongi enter past and walk a few steps, Kyo's will capture you and decide to throw you inside the prison or not, depending on your current alignment. There, you will have to fight Nito and Yama in order to escape from the prison, which we will not be doing. But what we will be doing in Ikebukuro is get power on the second floor and buy Hiko needles from Junk Shop, which can inflict AoE Mudo damage to devils. After that, save here and use terminal to go back to Ginza. Now head to Rag Shop and exchange Garnet, Amethyst and Power for Flame Mist. Next, head to Shinagawa, but along the way, you will meet with a devil summoner who will ask for money if you want to pass through. But you have to fight him no matter what you choose, so yeah, it seems like your choice never really meant anything in this entire game. This devil summoner specializes in dark devils who are weak to Hama damage. First is Pishaka, one shot down with Hama Gaeri. Next is Beikoku, one shot down with Hama Gaeri again. And finally, Raket, who is immune to Hama damage but weak to Mudo damage, so you sleep spell Dorumina and one shot them with Hiko needles. If you put points into wisdom stats for Yumiko, your static ailment spells will have a good accuracy. After you have defeated all of his devil, you will become his big bro and will always greet you whenever you pass through this entrance. When you reach Shinagawa, head to that floor to meet with your old friend Law, who is now reincarnated and is now serving under his god for Messiah. He will ask you to defeat Echidna, but before that, head to the 4th floor and fight another devil summoner there. First is Nue. Tama Gaeri has no effect on this guy, so let your protagonist use Hama Arrow, which might now should deal good damage because you have been putting points into magic stats. By the way, although protagonists can use magic, you still should put points into magic stats because it reduces magic damage from devil. Next is Soulbat. Have one of your party members who has ghost stat and wisdom use Tama Gaeri for better success rate because this guy is a bit resistant towards Hama attacks. Finally, Babe guys can be defeated by Tama Gaeri, but there is also a possibility of wiping your entire party with relentless ice attack. But in SMD1, magic attacks and item commands will always be executed faster than normal attack, so time orders shouldn't pose any problem. Defeating this devil summoner will give you 4 gate jewels, which will allow you to fight with 4 gate devils scattered throughout this game. Conveniently, one of the 4 gate devils, Komokudan, is near Shinagawa, so go there and defeat that one first. You can one-shot Komokudan with holy water if you have gained enough points in wisdom stat. Yumiko will gain enough levels to learn Tora Bot spell from this fight, so you can let Kashi rest for good. Use Tora Bot and go back to the last save point, which is at Ikebukuro. Head east and there is another gate devil, Bishamondan. Use holy water to defeat this guy too. Although there are 4 gate devils, defeating 2 of them is enough in order to proceed the game later. You can cross to another side of the map from here and head to Ueno. In Ueno, head to Jakyo and fuse Goblin, Kashi and Flame Mist in order to get Puppet Sap. I don't know if that's the correct name, but that's how it sounds like to me. Anyway, this Scorpion Devil can use Tetrakan, which can reflect normal attacks back to Devil, and this Devil will be important for late game bosses. You will also meet with Rui Saifa, a character that keeps appearing in many Megami Tensei games, and he will introduce you with Yuriko. She has finally moved on from you because you chose Yumiko over her. Yuriko will change into Lilith and attempts to kill you, but she can't seem to bring herself to kill you, so she will just leave. After that, head to the basement and pass through the dark zones to fight Ladron. So here is the weird thing about this game. Although the game guide says Tetrakaja can negate energy drain attacks, it can actually negate all of those special attacks including energy drains, which seals every attack from this boss except from this normal attack. So have Yumiko use Tetraja and Puppet Sack use Tetrakan to reflect all of his attacks back to it. Good thing all bosses in this game has AoE normal attacks because Tetrakan reflect every single hit, so you can deal a large amount of damage this way. Defeating Ladron will give you Golden Apple, which we'll need later. After the fight with Ladron, Yumiko will gain enough level to learn Tora Esto, so use it to go back to Ueno entrance quickly. Head to the building located in the southwest of Ueno during full moon phase and the old man inside will let you choose from 3 treasure chests. Choose the left one and you will get Spellcaster's Max, which you can sell for a huge chunk of marker later. After that, head to Tokyo Destiny Land. On the way, you will find Cerebus, who will let you pass if you give it the golden apple. If you have used Pascal to create Cerebus before, it will remember you and join your party, otherwise it will just disappear. In Tokyo Destiny Land, you will meet with Chaos again, who now seems to have a girlfriend for himself that goes by the name Rie. Chaos sure seems to be having the life of his time now that he has grown stronger. After showing off his girlfriend to you, he will left. This play's gimmick is that along the way your leg stat will be checked, and if you are unlucky, one of your party members will turn into a frog. And there are a number of those things along the way until you reach the boss. The strat is the same like before. Use Tetra Jar to see away most of Echidna attacks, leaving her with only 1 ice attacks to use. You should be able to tank out those magic attacks by now if you have been putting points into magic stats. But if either Yumiko and Papa Set gets freeze by her ice attack, you have no choice but to wait until they unfreeze or use electric attack to buy time. Other than that, reflect her normal attacks back to her with Tetra Can and she will go down. Use Tora Port to head back to Ikebukuro and use Terminal and go back to Shinagawa. Go in and out of Shinagawa to register Tora S though, so that you can quickly come back here after you have reported the result back to Law. Agree to lend your hand with their 1000-year kingdom plan. And from this point, you will be locked to Law ending and he will make a bridge for you to get to Cathedral. Once you are in Cathedral, bind a gun and a magic seed bullet with marker you get from selling Spellcaster's Max. If you have another gun to spare for Yumiko to use, that's better. But I only had enough marker to bind 1 gun, so I equip it to 9 and we are done with our final preparation. Speak with Law after that and the entire game will be flooded, killing everyone who are not in the high places like Cathedral. After the flood, find Octopus inside Cathedral and save it from becoming a sacrifice to their god. Octopus will return his thanks by letting you cross the water to get around places. I love how your icon on the overall map will flip upside down when you are in the water. It kinda looks like some sailing boat, doesn't it? After you can travel on water, if you go back to talk with Law, he will ask you to go to government office and recruit Vishnu to your party. It is mandatory in order to proceed the game, but you can bypass the event if you enter the cathedral from the another side. Buy amulet from Gaia Temple, which can mitigate every trap damage on the floor you use this item on, unlike Koshi, which only mitigate damage in floor. Save here before you proceed further into the cathedral. Cathedral is divided into upper part and lower part. You will need to descend 1 floor to reach the central part of cathedral and meet Law. He will simply tell you to defeat Asura in the lowest part of the cathedral, but there are things to do before that. You need to recruit 3 angels, Uriel, Gabriel and Raphael, while you climb to the uppermost floor of the cathedral to meet Law. Only then he will tell you a way to create Angel Ring, which you will need to find a cryptic location. The cryptic location being Ikebukuro, where you will be able to fuse 3 angels to create Angel Ring, which will allow you to enter the lowermost floor of cathedral to fight Asura. Unlike the upper part, you will have to go through a huge dark zone area on the 4th floor in the lower part. But before you proceed any further, you will find a poison trap on the 5th floor. Step on it until you, Yumiko and Puppet Sack are poisoned. This is so that boss will not be able to inflict any status ailment on you because you are already poisoned. On the 6th floor, you will have to go through a huge area of chaos trap that will damage you if you are law aligned. Use amulet to mitigate all damage done to you by this trap. Lucifer will appear again on this floor, and after talking to him, you can go and fight Beelzebub, which is another side event that I will be skipping. Also, just like 100 angels reside on the upper part, there are also 3 devils here too, but you can avoid them unlike the angels and they are also optional. On the 7th floor, you will meet with Chaos again, standing on top of Law's corpse. You need to confront Chaos if you want to proceed, so he leaves us with no choice but to put an end to him once and for all. Chaos will use magic and static ailment spells more than normal attacks, so you need to see his magic spells by shooting with magic seed bullets. It is not guaranteed to see his magic all the time, so you will have to tank a few attacks from him. If his magic is sealed, he will start normal attacking, and that's where you deal damage back to him with Tetra Khan. After you have defeated Chaos, his girlfriend Rie, who actually was Yuriko, was Lilith all along. That said, the same strat was on her too, but her magic attack is weaker than Chaos, so it is easier this time. On the 8th floor, you will finally meet with the final boss for Law Alignment route. Asura is immune to magic attacks and will keep spamming strong AoE universal attack Megi Turaon, which can be devastating for your party. So focus on healing while you wait for his magic to be sealed with the bullets, and that's when you strike back. After you reflect his normal attack 3 to 4 times, Asura will go down. After that, go upstairs for the law ending, where a messenger from the god will tell you to become a savior as Adam and Eve and build an eternal paradise, 1000-year kingdom. That's everything I want to say about the game, and I can't wait to play Shin Megami Tensei 2 after I upload this video. I have fully recovered from gaming fatigue from playing too many Megami Tensei games in a row after refreshing myself playing Etrian Odyssey. Wish I would do more videos on that series as well, but really I have came to realize how much I enjoy Atlas game in these past few months. So much so that I might even consider changing the channel's direction to focus mainly on Atlas games and see where this goes. If you are into niche games developed by Atlas or Japanese strategy RPGs in general, please subscribe to this little channel where I will be posting video every week. And as always, I am Nai and I will see you again in the next video.